Very good evening to you. Thanks for joining us on the Tuesday edition of the show. Me, Adebayo. Well, tonight on the show, we'll be looking at grassroots football. We'll be talking about things happening here in Nigeria. We'll also take a look, of course, at the things happening with our clubs on the continent. 4 of them were in action over the weekend. We'll do a post-mortem of what went down in the CAF Confederation Cup and, of course, the CAF Champions League. We will also take a look at what is happening abroad. Talking about the English Premier League, of course, some cup games currently going on as we speak. We'll do all of that for you. Then, of course, we'll still talk a little about the Super Eagles. Of course, you know that Zimbabwe has made it clear, of course, that they will be playing that crucial World Cup qualifier against South Africa in Durban, South Africa. More like a home game for South Africa. So that's the outlook of the show today. My colleague, Austin Okonakman, is suited and ready as we go along on this ride.
For the great things in London, I'm Austin Okonakman. So much going on in our world of sports here. We are monitoring what's going on in the AFL Cup. It's the upset cup. Grimsby FC gave us a bit of what to expect when they knocked Manchester United out of the competition. We'll monitor all of the games going down tonight. What a story in the Nigeria Premier Football League, in the CAF Confederation Cup, in the CAF Champions League. So much got us talking over the weekend. We also had Super Sunday with Arsenal hosting Manchester City. They shared the spoils. You've talked about Zimbabwe and Nigeria's hopes of qualifying for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Drama everywhere. I'm ready to have fun talking sports tonight on the show, so let's go.
All right, I'm ready as well. Also, I missed out on talking about the Ballon d'Or. We talk about that on the show as well. Interesting all night. I mean, some of the legends we've not seen for a while. Saw a lot of them gracing the occasion. Kaide Idris is with us this lovely Tuesday evening. Greetings to you, Kaide. Thanks for finding time to be with us on the show again tonight.
Yeah, fantastic, moment. Talk about sports. Austin said something, like he's pumped and ready to go. Same here, especially for the CAF competitions. I think the start for our teams really got me on the high. And hopefully they will be on this pedestal where they just, get to take one step further and do better. For Remo Stars, no looking back from here. So I'm super excited about that. Although the lineup, talking about the menu, right here is super interesting. The Ballon d'Or, different angles of talk, and I know we'll delve into it.
All right, we'll delve into it, but we want to start from home. Let's talk about, of course, the Game On Africa tournament with the acronym GOAT. Very interesting. Of course, it has been, the organizers have unveiled plans for a groundbreaking youth football competition aimed at discovering and nurturing under-19 talents across Nigeria and Ghana. The tournament will kick off on October 4, 2025 in Nigeria, and of course on October 7, 2025 in Ghana, with registration already ongoing. In Nigeria, the competition will take place across 4 states: Lagos, Abuja, Imo, and Enugu, where registered under-19 clubs will battle for a place in the national playoffs. Let's also inform you that the Nigerian finals will hold in Enugu State, where a team will be selected to represent the country against their Ghanaian counterparts. So this is the outlook of what is going to happen on the 19 competition. Of course, pictures on your screen showing you, of course, the press conference that was held to around the tournament. It's going to be involving the United Kingdom, Nigeria, and Ghana. Let's take some reactions from this. We'll come back to talk some more on all of it.
We intend to do this tournament with 4 states in Nigeria: Lagos, Abuja, Imo, and Enugu states, to form a Nigerian team. This under-19, this is designed for under-19 teams. The tournament is designed for under-19 teams or clubs in each of these states. They are to register, like to show participation. So there's a participation fee that they will pay through the website for them to show that they're interested to participate. After the participation, there will be a tournament within the states. As the tournament is going on, the scouts are selecting good legs within the states, each of these states. The winners will come down to Enugu, where we are doing a national playoff. That is where we can now select the final selection for the final Nigeria team. The Nigerian team will travel to Ghana, Greater Accra, to play with the Ghana team. This Ghana team will also do a return leg to Nigeria. That is where we'll have the final goat, the final winner.
Whoever wins, whether it's the Ghana goat or the Nigerian goat, we are planning next year, around May, during the FA, to take the winners to England. That's another exchange, so that they go to England and experience football culture in United Kingdom, as opposed to allowing them, giving them that opportunity to travel, to be exposed, to play a couple of local friendlies where the community people and scouts, will come and watch them. In fact, they will be engaged in a friendly with West Ham, under 19, hopefully, but pretty sure that they are going to have a friendly with West Ham. And all of you know, as football enthusiasts, West Ham has produced some of the greatest players in the English Premier. People like Lampard, people like Paulins, people like Rio Ferdinand, Joe Cole, like you said over there. These are all a product of West Ham.
If you notice, our league now is also tending towards younger players. So if we can fish them out now that they're young, then apart from exposing them to UK, I think when you see a good player who even didn't make it to the final round, you will also know that these are also good players that can be fixed somewhere. Nigeria has under 15, under 16, under 17, so we can also recommend when we see those kind of players, say, okay, they didn't make it to UK because probably Ghana won, and but they're also a talent that can go into Nigerian system.
All right, so interesting to hear what the initiators have in plan. And of course, there's the partnership with the Nigerian Football Federation, the Ghana Football Federation, and of course, in conjunction with some clubs in the United Kingdom. I mean, also you hear this, I know you're always excited, a lover of grassroots football, and this is something that should get everyone excited as well.
It's good, and I like the fact that some deliberate planning has gone into this one. And the organizers, they understand that when it's Nigeria versus Ghana, then it's going to have a pumped up audience, And the game on, the GOATS acronym also, will definitely get people talking. But I love the fact that there's something to look forward to, that the winners have an opportunity to come right here in the United Kingdom, to play football in front of scouts, which will give these young stars an opportunity to, get closer to their dreams of, playing international football. So it looks good for me. It's under 19. So if the long-term plan is to get more younger players to play in the league, then this is a good one that we can actually develop Kende, because at the end of the day, we all know that grassroots is not as busy as we expect it to be. It's just competition, and then it goes to sleep. But if they are sincere about this, get kids in Nigeria pumped up, go to Ghana, get Ghanaian kids also come to Nigeria, they play, they get the GOATs, come to the United Kingdom. I think that will be a good one for grassroots football development, isn't it?
Exactly. You're super spot on. And there is something I want to point out on this night. Whether you call it scouting, exposure to the next level, help your dreams come true and all of that. Whenever there is any football match in Nigeria that has to do maybe from age 12, under 13, under 15, you see complete devotion. You see complete dedication from all of these players who will be involved. In fact, they don't have all of those incentives in mind. All they have in mind is, I love football, I want to play football, I want to showcase what I can do for everybody to just know me. And if you have the intention to help them through that transitional phase with their own dedication, I think the sky is the beginning point. So you said well planned. Hopefully these plans don't get to break off on the way. It goes just the way we've heard it, and then we discover some new names. And what I love also about programs like this, if it stays consistent, let's say this year is 10 people who got exposed, next year 10 people, following year 10 people. Do you know what 10 people would do for so many other persons, in the nearest future? So thumbs up always to any program that discovers the next, Nwankwo Kanu and JJ Okocha.
All right, so hopefully we'll begin to see the benefits of having this kind of initiatives. All right, let's talk about the big one, the Ballon d'Or Award. And of course, I want to go across in a bit to reel out the names, but I'm really tempted to ask Kaide Idris. A lot of people said it was the Ballon d'Or for the men was always going to be between Ousmane Dembele and Lamine Yamal. I don't know. For some, they felt maybe Ousmane Dembele really didn't cut their fancy somehow, but you cannot speak against him because of what he achieved with his club. But, a lot of people felt the stars were more aligned for players like Lamine Yamal.
Yeah, I'm one of them. From the get-go, I felt Lamine Yamal played the best football on planet Earth, in the past year. Ballon d'Or told us some 2 years ago that their measure is between August, that's the start of the season, all the way to May, in extension to June. And I think in that space, Lamine Yamal did more. Yes, you can go with the numbers, more goals, more assists, but there comes a time in the past where, off the top of your head, you just think Kaka played the best football. Not by the numbers Kaka, put up. Ronaldo played the best football. Zidane played the best football. Rivaldo did. I'm hoping we'll get back to that day where it won't be just numbers here and there. The young man who played the best football and all of that. And I think for me it's Lamine. But I think Ousmane Dembele also put in a good shift.
Yeah.
And congratulations, hold it down.
Not as if we have anything to say anyway.
It's done.
The award has been given.
Yes.
Not as if our voice will make any difference. But behind me here, let's quickly reel out the winners on the night. 2025 men's Ballon d'Or winner, Ousmane Dembele, France and PSG forward. 2025 women's Ballon d'Or winner, Aitana Bonmati, Spain, and FC Barcelona midfielder. Men's Copa Trophy winner for the best young player went to Lamine Yamal. Of course, he's winning it for the second time, plays for Spain and Barcelona. Let's quickly flip through. Women's Copa Trophy for the best young female player went to Vicky Lopez, Spain and FC Barcelona. Forward, men's Yashin Trophy winner for the best goalkeeper, Gianluigi Donnarumma. No debate about that, in my opinion. Anyways, other people might say I'm wrong. Italy and Manchester City goalkeeper. Women's Yashin Trophy winner. It was good that our own Nadozie was mentioned along the line. Of course, didn't get to win. Anna Hampton of England and Chelsea got that one in the women's Yashin Trophy. Men's Johan Cruyff Trophy winner Luis Enrique, the coach of PSG. Of course, no arguments about that. Women's Johan Cruyff Trophy winner Sarina Wigman, the England women's team head coach. Men's Club of the Year winner. Well, Chelsea fans have to swallow this. They might say, well, we won the FIFA Club World Cup, whatever. That's just for laughs. He had to go to PSG, and there was no doubt about that. Women's Club of the Year winner, of course, went to Arsenal. The ladies, that is, it must be said. All right, Austin, awards are what they are, but I guess on the average, you probably can't argue against the winners. Maybe the only area would be in terms of preference. If you're the type that love football artistry, you might want to go for Lamine Yamal. If you're the type that counts how valuable a player is and the contribution to to the wins.
Right.
Then you might want to see Ousmane Dembele for his contribution to everything that PSG won.
I totally agree with you. I mean, that's really spot on. I listened to a lot of people with their football analysis. You could tell that these days people like flowery football. One that comes with a bit of lovely flair. And for Lamine and everything that he has done, because of how young he is, people will definitely jump up and say, "Oh, he deserves to win this award." But he got something, And if you look at Ousmane Dembele, and where he's coming from with his journey, you see some of the coaches he played on that they kept saying one thing, that he has the potential to be the best footballer in the world. And that is it right there. That's the confirmation. The man was effective for PSG. Let's be sincere. And that's what you need to win trophies. It's teamwork, but you just need one person to be effective. And for PSG, last season, it was Ousmane Dembele. And look, if for nothing, I love the fact that he came out there. He got really emotional about it. He also reminded us that men also cry, particularly when it's tears of joy. He picked up his mom, brought her on stage. It was beautiful, I love this sort of story. And look, it can only get better for Dembele from this spot, I just hope that a time will come, we'll look at our award ceremony as, look, if you have 2 persons, 3 persons, it's just one person that will win it. And as long as, they make it to the final shortlist, then it means that all of them deserves to be winners. So shout out to Lamine and everything he has also done. I think he's done just enough to get us talking about him. And for the women, Bonmati, what a story. And everything she's done for the Spanish national team and women's football. And she said it clearly. And I like when female footballers, particularly female footballers, listen to them when they talk, particularly when they win awards. They always use it to empower, to inspire, to motivate, to speak into the life of a girl child, Would they believe that if she gets a ball into her hands, before she kicks it, she can start realizing her dreams? I love some of the things that Bonmati talked about. She's winning it for the 3rd consecutive time. Now it means somebody must step up. That is good competition right there. Somebody must step up and prove a point and say, look, it's enough. It's enough. Let somebody else win this award. But does she deserve it? 100% she does. Shout out to Chiamaka Nadozie being shortlisted for the goalkeeper of the award is big deal. And finishing 4th in that category, she's a huge motivation to, upcoming footballers in Africa. We should be proud of her also. Coach Justin Madugu also was shortlisted for Women's Coach of the Year. Serena Wigman won it, but that just having the Super Falcons coach in there, Yemi Kende Idris, it tells you once again that we have the people. Human capital isn't our problem. We want leadership, effective leadership that will transform this thing, that will make it look good for us to, get to that top of world football where we deserve to be, and when we shout to the giants of Africa, let our talent match with our leadership. And we will be unstoppable as a country. So congratulations to everyone that won the Ballon d'Or. And I just hope that from this stage, they'll just keep inspiring our world of sports.
All right. I hope the leaders are listening, the administrators. So one of the pictures that I love was seeing Gianluigi Buffon standing behind Gianluigi Donnarumma, one great goalkeeper to another great goalkeeper, both of them Italians. It was a delight to see. Of course, we're done talking about the Ballon d'Or. Let's come to the African continent now and talk about club football. Nigerian teams involved in CAF competitions. Talk about the CAF Champions League and the CAF Confederation Cup. In a bit, I'll go across to talk about the results when we have it on screen. But Kende Idris, while I wait for that, your reaction. Some have said, what do we expect? We're playing in quotes. CAF Champions League, in quotes, we're playing against teams that are not really strong. The main competition is in the final qualifying round, but it was tough in the CAF Confederation Cup. You could see where teams are playing against Ashanti Kotoko and Joliba. So you could see how it was. But in the CAF Champions League, it was like a stroll in the park. I don't know if you agree with my assertion.
Not really agree, but to an extent, you can say that comparing those teams to some names that they will still come across, or the regular names you will hear in the Champions League. But like they always say, you can only knock down what is in front of you. The team that is in front of you is the only team you can play. At least you're not playing Sundowns now, you're not playing Pyramids, you're not playing RS Bakane. It is Zilmaju, it is Angels du Congo. So play them and then move on to the next phase. For Remo Stars, they made a mincemeat. Because of that assumption, they are a lesser team. Fantastic win. Go ahead and do that in the second leg, move on to the next phase. For Rivers United, it was tough. I saw the game and I saw how well they pushed to get a goal, but they didn't lose on the away top. So you continue to, do what you need to do, because every team that you see who wins the trophy started from a point or a stage like this, where you need to play the lesser or less competitive games before you get into the business end where you play top teams. And yes, look at the last Champions League. A Paris Saint-Germain had to play playoffs to get into the round of 16, and they went ahead, all the way to win the trophy. So only knock down what is in front of you and then move on. Although in the CAF Confederation, like you said, tougher. The teams kind of look like on the same.
And the pictures on your screen, Kennedy, like you said, Remo Stars made meat of Zilmaju. I love the turnout of the fans to the stadium, the coverage. I mean, the picture looks pleasing on the eye. I think we could do more in terms of supportership. We could do more in coming out to support our teams when they play. So Remo Stars doing the business as you would expect. As you would expect. As they should do. The second leg will also be played here because, of course, their opponents don't have a CAF-approved pitch to play on. So let me just quickly go across the screen and just a confirmation for our viewers. Of course, preliminary round, first leg, Remo Stars hammering Zilmaju of Comoros 4-0. And then Rivers United traveling all the way to DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, to face Angeles du Congo. The game ended goalless, and of course, Rivers United have the opportunity to turn things around in the second leg. Let's go to the CAF Confederation Cup, where it was a lot tougher for our teams. Abia Warriors, you might want to argue, but I don't think it was a good result. Abia Warriors, Joliba headed 1-1. Not really good. 1-1, where the away goals rule still exists, is like walking on thin ice. It could break. Then, of course, Shanti Kotoko, as you would expect, defeated Kwara United 4-3. It was a very, very close game. So let me just quickly go to Austin before we take a reaction from the managers here. Your thoughts on this? I think it was pretty easy in the CAF Champions League, a lot tougher in the Confederation Cup.
At this stage of the competition, everyone is being careful, particularly with the CAF Confederation Cup. If you see teams that are in there, these are teams that, barely scripted and then made it to that stage. So I think that's why it was the way it happened for Abia Warriors. It tells you when you're new to this sort of competition, you lack character. And I think that's what they lacked on the day, considering that goal when they did, and this whole thing of not playing your football at home, whether or not we agree, it will continue to be a big problem.
Yes.
The next leg, I think is on 27th, Kwara United. I'm wondering where they are going to play. Governor said that pitch will be ready. I'm waiting to see if they are going to play that second leg in Ilorin. Just do the right things. This is business. Invest in infrastructure, proper infrastructure. Abia Warriors, they enjoy good support in Umuahia, and you had to go to Uyo to play that game, and look at how it is. Kwara United did just well, did just fine in Ghana. Now they will come back and maybe take that game to a ground where they cannot play football there, they will not get support, and it will be end of the road. When are we going to learn? But then again, I think it was a fairly good outing for Nigerian teams, particularly Remo Stars. Got out there, did the job, played beautiful football, scored lovely goals, beginning to let us know that they are the model for football development in Nigeria. Let's take reactions from that win, big win for Remo Stars, the technical director, and of course Leonard Ngenge have words for us.
We have a plan. We draw a plan for this game. There's 2 legs. There's 2 games. Okay. What we planned during the we are lucky because all the things went well. Okay. We won 4-0. Can be 5 or 6. Everybody saw it. But the eliminatory not finished. Okay. We have another game. So we have to prepare this another game the same way we prepared this game if you want to win. Because when we play two legs, there's 2 games. When final of these 2 games, you can say, okay, we were better. So the things went well for us. Thank you. Okay. But next game is a different game, is a new game. And we are lucky because all the things we follow, everything went well. At times we do the same thing and the thing's not going well because for different reasons. So now is a new game. We have to prepare this new game in the same way. Be serious, be correct, be humble, and if you want to win, you go to the next phase.
And yes, I actually feel excited. First goal, first game, first goal, debut. You know, it's exciting. I'm thrilled. And I just want to show gratitude in the best way I can because obviously the coach believed in me and he pushed me and it was the support from the team, the encouragement and everyone thought I could do it and it happened. Thank you.
Remo Stars technical director right there and former Ikorodu City player Leonard Ngenge playing his first continental football, getting a goal. Kede Idris. It was really one to remember for Remo Stars.
Yeah, really one to remember. I think to a bit some of the technical crew, especially Daniel Ogumodede, who's got some level of exposure, helped these guys too. Through this phase of it's just a big stage. Play the same football you play anywhere and then just put your heart into it. Then also, you can continue to fail. Failure means that you won't repeat the mistakes that made you fail the last time. And Remo Stars have been coming and coming.
Serious.
If you're serious, exactly. Remo Stars have been coming and coming. And maybe this is the season we'll see Remo Stars, accumulating all they've learned over these years and put it into use this time around. They've never started this way. So this start is already getting us excited. Hopefully, they will look back and all of us will look back and say they've learned.
But again, this sort of result can make you complacent. So they need to understand that, they need to get out there and get the job done. Let's listen to the coach of Zilimaju, Hamid Mohamed. He's also been talking right after the game.
It's an experience for us to grow because it's my first experience in the international or regional competition. So probably our player, I'm very
appointed.
Yeah, because we are prepare this match. We are do everything, many things to know the strategy of Remo Stars, but we are do many mistakes and in the football if we do a mistake it's not good for us, but it's very high level, but we come back at Friday. Yeah, and we are proposing other things.
So that's it. I think that wraps it up for the CAF Confederation Cup and the CAF Champions League. Let's wish This is just to wish Nigerian teams all the best in the second leg, Yemi. But seems like these are good times, and particularly as this is happening, let it be a reminder to administrators, to government, or whoever is administering football in Nigeria, that it is the league that will give us the kind of quality we expect on the continent.
Yeah, and that's why we must take it seriously. Talking about the league, let's go on now to talk about the league. Of course, matchday 5 results, and of course, we'll look at the table as well. But first, I'm going to go across now and talk about the results. I'm going to ask Kade Idris if there's anything that jumps at him. These are the results. Of course, not all the matches were played because some of the teams were on the continent. But there you go. 3SC getting their first win, defeating Kum Khalifa 2-1. Bayelsa United played a 1-1 draw with Nasarawa United. Katsina United also played a 1-1 draw with Wiki Torres. These are results on matchday 5. The Aba Elephants defeated Bedell Insurance 3-2. Niger Tornadoes defeated the Ikorodu City 4-2. El Kanemi Warriors also beat Warri Wolves by a lone goal. These are the matches that were played. Let's quickly take a look at the table. It's just matchday 5, but let's see what the table looks like. Top and bottom after matchday 5. Okay, bottom is what our producer wants us to start with. Carlo Pilas, it must be said, they've played just 4, so who knows, maybe they'll be out of here if they win. So they have 4 points. Kum Khalifa after 5 matches, of course, 4 points as well, but they are closer to the bottom. Plateau United played 4 matches, they have just 3 points. Barao FC, sitting, I don't want to use the word sitting pretty, but they're sitting at the bottom. So that's where they are. Let's look at the top. Aba Elephants, which is where you expect them to be. Talk about Eyiba, 5 matches, 11 points from 5 matches, followed by Nasarawa United, followed by Niger Tornadoes and Katsina United, with just 2 points separating the first and the 4th team on the table as it is. That game between, of course, Eyiba and Insurance, we get us talking. It was a cracker, produced 5 goals. So we talk about that. Let's quickly take some reactions from the pictures on your screen. Of course, the game that we're talking about, the Aba Elephants Eyiba up against, of course, Bedell Insurance, produced 5 goals. You see some well-taken goals in this. But let's quickly take some reaction from that game. We'll come back to discuss on matches played over the weekend.
And a very difficult game. I think I also want to commend our opponents. They played good football today. They gave us a very big scare. Scoring us in less than 3 minutes. We will consider the goal. That it is there I have to commend my players' maturity. The character they showed, coming back and then going ahead to win. I think it was a good performance for them today. I give them kudos after winning last week away in Bayelsa and coming here today to beat a stubborn Insurance, as I would say. It was a good one for us. I think it consolidated our position, top position on the log. And I think, like I would say, they're showing signs that yes, there are good things to come for the season. But I think it's not yet time for us to celebrate.
Everybody see today's match is very tough. I'm very excited. I'm very happy for today's game because it's not easy. From 2-1 down to come to 3-2, it's not easy. I'm thankful for today. I'm thankful for the goal. And people, Elephant Eyiba, they believe us, and supporters, they believe us. They can do it. I think there's more to come. And our target for this is to win the league because Eyiba is one of the best in Nigeria and in Africa.
This game was like not the result we wanted, normal, but we give glory to God because we keep fighting. We still have some match to play, but we came here for a purpose to pick a point, but it didn't work. So we shift our focus to our next game.
All right, some reactions there from that game. Let me just quickly go to Austin, and I don't know if you have any surprises over the weekend. 6 matches played as expected, 4 teams on the continent. But I must say, Eyiba and Bedell Insurance surely, lived to the hype with the number of goals produced.
It did, and that's a big game, and This is the sort of games we want to see in the Nigeria Premier Football League. Loads of excitement, quality football, goals, and Governor Alex Oti was right there with the chairman of AIMBA, Papilo Kanu, and the governor was, super excited, gave the team money, and that's a good boost, and I'm sure being there, he will get some good, first-hand reports as regards what's going on with football in the state, with the club management, and find ways that they can get better. We just talked about CAF Champions League and CAF Confederation Cup. Easily, you want to see a big team as in there, but they're not. Bendel Insurance, another big team in the Nigeria Premier Football League. Traditionally, that game is one that should get us talking, and I'm super, super excited that it got up to the hype. 5 goals, beautiful goals, lovely spectators, no drama, everyone had fun. The players are pumped up. AIMBA players already saying that they want to win the league. That's the sort of performance that gives you that confidence to say those things. But away from that game, I think Nasarawa United did just enough. The Solid Miners struggled last season, and this time I'm sure they've said to themselves that the first stanza is very important, that they need to do just enough. Out of 5 games now, they have 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw, which is pretty decent in the Nigeria Premier Football League when you're just starting. I'm sure they will get better and build their momentum. Wiki Tourists, what a story. Newly promoted Wiki Tourists, still going on strong. Played 1-1 right there in Katsina. In the Nigeria Premier Football League, people don't know the value of going away and picking a point. It's like coming back wounded, but you're happy. It's like even a win. So that's a very good result for Wiki Tourists. Other results is expected, maybe except for Ikorodu City. But when you go to play Niger Tornadoes in Mina, it's pretty difficult, to get something out of it. Kende Idris, but we're waiting to see other games. Some teams didn't get to play because they have fixtures against teams that were busy on the continent. But it's the NPFL. It's just matchday 5.
Yeah.
But we're getting to see beautiful football.
Yeah. The match really wax lyrical about the AIMBA game, and particularly about AIMBA, because I want AIMBA to return to that top pedestal. They are one of those teams that you can rely on as a Nigerian football fan to be on the continent. I want them that. I want our best teams to always be on the continent. That's the only way you can rub shoulders. Then 3SC winning, also another pointer to how you can snap out of that bad run and get into proper getting proper results over games. So 3SC, hopefully from this they'll build on from there. So but the NPFL continues to serve us drama that we love, and we're waiting for the outstanding 4 games that weren't played.
All right, waiting for the outstanding 4 games. We'll see what happens with that one. Let's talk about the Super Eagles a little bit on the show. It keeps leaving a sore taste in our mouth as we see our chances of going to the World Cup getting slimmer by the day. Let's allow you to view a report put together by our colleague, Dumnodi Okonta. Okay, maybe we'll get to do that some other time. We'll spend a few minutes we have to talk about the games currently going on in the Carabao Cup in England. Interesting matches, of course, going on. And as you know, Austin is furiously refreshing his tab. They'll give us updates on some of those matches. Any upsets yet?
No upsets yet. Yeah, I've been saying, where is it coming? I thought it was Lincoln that was going to do it against Chelsea, but no, Chelsea jumped over that and did just enough to win. But let me let you know that the game between Barnsley and Brighton has finished. Brighton, not smiling, went away to win 6-0. So they destroyed Barnsley right there, in front of their home fans. Cardiff City went to Burnley. That, in a way, can be an upset. Burnley, a Premier League team, isn't it? And that game is now in the 95th minute, and it's Burnley 1, Cardiff City 2. Cardiff City might just be the team to really get us talking. We'll wait to see if Burnley can turn anything around. But What I see, they're playing 5 minutes of additional time, and the game is in its 93rd minute. The game between Fulham and Cambridge United has finished Fulham 1, Cambridge United 0. Lincoln City, as I said earlier, lost by 2-1 to Chelsea. Wigan Athletic and Wycombe Wanderers. That game is in the 90th minute, and it's Wycombe win in the lead by 2-0. So interesting results. Wolverhampton Wanderers defeated Everton 2-0, Wrexham 2, Reading 0. The game between Liverpool and Southampton. Just before you asked me for the update, it was 1-1, but now Liverpool, they've just taken the league, and so they lead by 2-1. Liverpool playing right there at Anfield. So if they had not scored that, I would have been saying, we're going to see another upset. But Liverpool these days are saying, no, just give us some time, we'll get back into it. That's the update here, man.
There are no small cups. Yeah. Some of these teams, especially the teams out of the top 4, maybe top 6 in England, see that as their best opportunity to win something. And some of the clubs in the lower division as well use it to rub shoulders with the big guns. So it's highly competitive. Yeah. And gone are the days where you tell clubs you win the Carabao Cup, don't celebrate. Yeah. They celebrate big these days.
Very big, very big. Like I say, in the last 5 seasons, if Arteta had won the Carabao Cup, they wouldn't say he went trophyless. Mm-hmm. So it's a cup. And so anybody who wins it, at a point, Eric Ten Hag will tell you I won a trophy and it's
Although he might not save his job this season though.
Exactly.
He has to do
something big. But it's a trophy and everybody justify. And you just mentioned the lower teams. They use this as a measure for how much they've grown.
Yeah. All right. Use it as a measure for how much they grow. We'll see what happens. That's how the cookie crumbles tonight, Austin. It's a wrap and we have to go.
You know, when I was giving the analysis, loads of drama happening at Anfield. In the 85th minute, Hugo Ekitike reclaimed Liverpool's lead. 85th minute, 86th minute, Ekitike was shown the red card. So we might just be having a dramatic ending to that one right there at Anfield. That's the show in London. I'm Austin Okonakpan. In everything you do, remember to keep talking sports. Bye for now.
All right, that's a wrap here. Of course, I want to thank Kenny Idris, for whom the conversation never ends. Always keep talking. Kenny, I want to thank you for your time on the show.
Always lovely being here.
All right. That's the show today. We hope you enjoyed everything. You see us again tomorrow. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye-bye now.
Opportunities for the cross. They're all up there. And Nigeria have tied it up. Calvin Bassey peeling away.
The stalemate against South Africa at the Free State Stadium in Bloemfontein signals an impending World Cup miss for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. As it stands, South Africa sits firmly at the top of Group C of the African qualifiers with 17 points. Benin Republic follows closely with 14 points, while Nigeria is stuck in third place on 11 points, the same tally as Rwanda. Nigeria's qualifying campaign has been marred by sluggish starts, missed opportunities, and a string of uninspiring performances that have further deepened concerns about the declining state of Nigerian football.
Most times people say, why are you talking about NFF like this? I talk about NFF like this because these are people who have a legacy of failure. I don't owe them any apologies for saying that. These are people who have, over the decades, fallen short of expectations. Why would you hire a coach, a Malian coach? And they say he's Franco-Malian. For what? When you have worthy coaches in Nigeria who can even do the business more than him. What did he achieve with Mali in the first place when he was their head coach?
We should discourage this kind of system that allows only the affluent, only the well-to-do to play football. Football naturally is even not supposed to be a game for the rich. It's not supposed to be, it's a game that has to do with talent, and you don't need to be rich to be talented.
For the Super Eagles, the reality is stark. Qualification hopes are hanging by a thread, and only a football miracle can save the three-time African champions from missing yet another World Cup.
Nigeria, we need to sacrifice. Let's everybody forget about World Cup the next 8 years. If we want to bring the Nigeria we know, of course, if we qualify by chance next 4 years, it's okay for me. But if we really want to get it right, we need, what I see, we need 8 years job to do. Imagine we start with kids of 14, let me say kids of 13 years now. In the next 5 years, these are eagles that you want to see.
If you check Faransa football strategy, they do the transition system and they invested in the coaching philosophy. So because they want everybody to play well. And they did something very important. They made a value, right? Whereby if my player is playing in South Africa, we should be comfortable. So they are not in a hurry to go to Europe. So we need to have same mentality. Because it's not that they are better, we are better, but we need to have that mentality that, we can play here, not only always go to Europe. Right? So bring Europe to Nigeria. That's what I'm after. Bring Europe to Nigeria and everybody will match up. Because our boys, when they go to Europe, they succeed faster. So what happens in Nigeria? We have to remove the element of politicking again. Because let the best players play in the national team.
The Super Eagles can only blame themselves for this precarious situation. Heading into the decisive final stretch of qualifiers, it is all or nothing for Nigeria.